Live breaking news, everybody. Two major federal cases have been dismissed by an Obama-Clinton judge today regarding, you guessed it, James Comey, former FBI director, as well as New York's Attorney General Letitia Big Shame James. And the GOP is doing nothing. To quote my favorite member of Congress right now, Senator Tim Burchett, who says they don't have the balls, I couldn't agree more, Mr. Burchett. And now, check out what I'm going to share with you today. Senator Anna Paulina Luna shares a bombshell video as to why this Ukraine-Russia war has been extended, that nothing's been done about it, that every peace deal that J.D. Vance, President Trump, Marco Rubio, Secretary Bessent, Pete Hegseth have been trying to broker time and time again has been undermined. Mitch McConnell, more recently, saying that Putin is treating Trump like a little boy toy, undermining everything that we've done. I'm going to share with you J.D. Vance's response to that. Senator Anna Paulina Luna shares a bombshell. You don't want to miss this. But first, I want to share this amazing message from our Vice President, J.D. Vance. J.D. Vance says, after 4 years of house prices doubling and in some areas tripling, many young people feel priced out of the American dream of homeownership. A welfare fraud scandal in Minnesota reveals that large numbers of new arrivals aren't assimilating and are funneling our tax dollars to literal terrorist groups. I'm going to talk about that in a second. I'll share a very groundbreaking video and discovery by local authorities and federal authorities. An innocent woman was set on fire in Chicago as the mayor resists federal law enforcement resources to bring peace to one of our great cities. The Obamacare insurance system is buckling under its own weight, and the country is $38 trillion in debt. Our administration is working hard on addressing all of these problems. But you know what really fires up the Beltway GOP? Not any of the above. Instead, the political class is really angry that the Trump administration may finally bring a 4-year conflict in Eastern Europe to a close. I'm not even talking about the substance of their views. Much of what these people have said about the Ukraine war has been proven wrong, but whatever. We can agree to disagree. But the level of passion over this one issue, when your own country has serious problems, is bonkers. It disgusts me. Show some passion for your own country. Do you agree with J.D. Vance, which I do vehemently, that what a rare opportunity we have right here, but we have a ballsless, spineless, feckless, gutless GOP. This is why I say I'm not right or left. I'm a constitutional centrist if I had to identify anything. Trump has revolutionized the political spectrum. And so I don't even think he's right or left either. I think we both, as well as a lot of you watching this, we just love our country and we want to see our country win and thrive and be prosperous and make it great again. Is that so hard to understand? But we have such an opportunity because the Republicans have majority in the House, majority in the Senate. We have the executive branch. We've got all our people in place, but they're doing nothing. Literally, this is the federal judge who dismissed the criminal cases against Comey and Big Tish. Why? Because interim U.S. Attorney Lindsey Halligan's appointment violated federal law. Now, the left is having a field day. They're just, they're doing cartwheels and dancing in the streets. They're making a big deal over this. They're saying it's a huge embarrassment to Trump and the DOJ and Pam Bondi, which I think it kind of is. But the good news is that the dismissals are without prejudice, which means that there is a potential for these indictments to be reissued after they find a prosecutor. It's just basically legalese, nomenclature and verbiage, all the red tape administrative hoopla that you have to go over. But essentially, the good news is, and Harmeet Dillon, who is the assistant attorney general under Pam Bondi, has said they will be looking into this and they will be looking into re-indicting Tish James. Because the truth of the matter is that there is overwhelming evidence that Comey lied to Congress and obstructed a Senate investigation into Crossfire Hurricane, the biggest scandal in American history. There is overwhelming evidence that Tish lied on her, overwhelming evidence that she lied on her mortgage application. The prior U.S. attorney refused to prosecute these Democrat operatives, so the attorney general picked a new one who is unafraid to follow the law. And what's the Democrats' response? You guessed it. Unsurprisingly, an Obama judge hand-selected a Clinton judge. Then the Clinton judge tossed both indictments. And the first sentence in both nearly identical orders, in which the Clinton judge personally and gratuitously attacks Lindsey Halligan, makes it crystal clear this judge is a Democrat partisan. Democrat politician, including in robes, shamefully protect their own. Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, not that this is a big shock to you, we have two systems of justice. One, Democrats weaponize against enemies, and one, Democrats weaponize to protect allies. Justice Department must appeal, and it must move aggressively to bring charges against the lawfare Democrats once and for all. And here it is. I want to share with you this video right here. Nearly half of all Islamic immigrants in Minnesota are found to have committed mentally Ilhan Omar, aka immigration fraud, marriage fraud, tax fraud, loan fraud, bribery, forgery, perjury, bigamy, and incest during a recent sweep by the Department of Homeland Security. Watch.
Since September 19th, officers from our Fraud Detection and National Security Directorate, working in teams, have conducted over 1,000 site visits across the Minneapolis-St. Paul area as part of this operation. What they found should shock all of America. Focusing on a list of over 1,000 target cases involving more than 900 individuals, our officers encountered blatant marriage fraud, visa overstays, people claiming to work at businesses that can't be found, forged documents, abuse of the H-1B visa system, abuse of the F-1 visas, and many other discrepancies. Over the course of the operation, our officers found indication of fraud, non-compliance, or public safety and national security concerns in nearly a little less than 50% of the cases interviewed. We found troubling patterns with the Uniting for Ukraine program that should have raised serious concerns under other administrations, such as an individual filing to sponsor more than 100 aliens, and organizations sponsoring hundreds. We are continuing to investigate these cases.
There is overwhelming support for election law policies. If you look at this chart that you see, 84% of Americans are in favor of requiring all voters to provide photo ID at their voting place. 83% are in favor of requiring people who are registering to vote for the first time to provide proof of citizenship. These people are stealing from Americans. They're stealing in ways in which are so detrimental to multiple economies. Now you see why the filibuster is so important. Because then we can get rid of all these Democrat activist judges. Then we can stop with the obstruction, stop with the anti-American hedonistic hypocrites who all they do is file lawsuit. All they do is try to stop. They try to go after our military, tell them not to obey commands from their president-in-chief. They try to attack and vilify everybody who's trying to make America safe. ICE officers, law enforcement officials. We have to do this, and we have to do it now. But you know why they won't do it? Check out this bombshell statement and claim from Anna Paulina Luna. Watch.
All right, a quick update on our efforts to ban insider trading. So first of all, any member of Congress that's saying that it's not happening, A, is lying to you. Both Democrats and Republicans that are engaging in individual stock trades are getting on average 600% returns, outperforming, that's right, you heard the S&P. Not just that, we know it's illegal, but they are still doing it. So I just want to ask the American people, which I know that you're going to side with me on it, but do you really think a member of Congress can best represent foreign policy, especially if they're personally invested in the defense industry with their stock portfolios? And the answer is no. I'll give you a prime example. Right now, you have the administration that's about to secure a peace deal between Russia, Ukraine, and the United States. This has massive economic opportunity for all citizens involved, and also who doesn't love peace unless you're a total sociopath. The point is that you actually have our own side, which is why I'm making this video to call it out. Our own GOP senators that are coming out against it. Let me give you a wild guess as to where they are personally invested with in regards to their stock portfolios. You guessed it, military industrial complex.
Boy, I would really love to see Mitch McConnell's stock portfolio. And last but not least, so does that make sense, or does that make sense, ladies and gentlemen? I think it does. Okay, and then last but not least, The New York Times tells the story of two men. One is a blue-collar American from rural Minnesota who has lived in the same town his whole life and works at the same factory that his father did. He's never been arrested, coaches baseball, and teaches Sunday school on the weekends. The other is an illegal alien from Guatemala who stole his identity so he could work in the United States. Somebody with 3 prior deportations, multiple arrests for DUI, 4 anchor babies, and was once in a car accident that unalived a 68-year-old man. The American was forced to pay thousands of dollars in taxes to the IRS on behalf of the illegal alien using his name and social security number, which happens to millions of Americans every single year. But according to our left-wing media class, this is from the New York Times, both of these men are victims and worthy of your sympathy. My fellow Americans, what ties this all together is the same thing that I've said many times. The Democrats cannot win elections anymore with actual American citizens, which is why they are fighting tooth and nail against us deporting their voters that they imported during the last 16 years under Obama, Biden, Kamala regime, which Kamala was the border czar. So it was really she had a lot to do with this border invasion, and that's why she couldn't answer that question on The View, which cost her the entire election, because she really didn't have any different ideas than Biden. She wanted the border invasion. She won. They promised them accelerated citizenship. They promised them CDLs, which are causing mortal harm to Americans. This is why J.D. Vance says it. This is why Trump says it. And this is why I'm saying it. The Democrats are a ruthless, demonized, vilified cult. And the GOP needs to step it up, get some balls, back the president of the United States, end the filibuster, and enact the policies that you and me, the American people, voted for, or this is going to get out of control. This is much, I've said it before, the GOP and the Dems, they're all from the same swamp. They're just different species. And so Thune, Johnson, the whole lot of them, they need to get some balls. Mitch McConnell going after Trump. Rand Paul hasn't done anything his whole career. Massey hasn't done anything his whole career. What has Trump done in his first 11 months? Well, he's only ended 11 wars. He's closed the border. He's reoriented trade. He's given us credibility on the global stage. He's actually making crime illegal again. He's making America safe. Gas prices are down, maybe not in my home state, California, but they're down across the United States. He's going to drill, baby, drill. He's signed, 500 executive orders? The man works tirelessly and ceaselessly. This is your call to action. And you can help watching this right now because all of them watch our show. Their staffs, their people. Let them know in the comments. GOP, you need to lift your britches. You need to get in the arena. You need to finally show some guts. Finally find your testicles and start working for the American people. Metaphorically, testicles. I know some of them are women. Sorry. I don't mean to be so crude and crass, but I'm just livid. And this needs to stop. America needs to win. We voted for this. The people voted for this on November 5th, 2024. We made our voices resoundingly clear. Enough is enough. I can't wait to get your thoughts on this. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of any of these stories. Also, check out these videos coming up on the screen right here, just in case you missed them. Tap my face right here to subscribe and follow. It doesn't cost you a thing. It's free. Turn on the bell notifications. And as always, may God bless you. And may God bless the USA and all who defend her. I'll see you soon.